Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. So today we are going to start our chapter 4th, second part, that is the story of Amrita. So before starting our chapter, let's do a quick revision of part 1 which we have discussed on that day. So on that day we have discussed about the trees, okay? As we all know that trees are important elements in our lives, okay? And we cannot imagine our life without trees, okay? We get oxygen from trees, and many plants and trees have medicinal properties, okay? And we get several things from trees, okay, like fruits, cereals, vegetables, okay, and we make furniture and other important things from wood, and we get wood from trees, okay. So on that day we have discussed about the story of a girl, and her name was Amrita, okay, and she lived in Khejti village. This village is near to Jodhpur in Rajasthan, okay. The people of this village, means elder people of this village, they took great care of the plants, trees and animals. Usually, people of this place used to say that plants and animals can survive without us, but we cannot survive without them. Okay? So, as we discussed earlier, that this is a story about a girl, Amrita. Okay? So, whenever she wake up in the morning, she always greet her friends, trees. Okay? And she always thanks to the trees for taking care of everybody. Okay? So now here I am starting our second part of this chapter, the story of Amrita. Now Amrita is a grown up girl. Okay? One day, as usual, she went to greet her trees, means her friends' trees. Okay? She saw that some of the strangers were there. In their hand, they were having axes. Okay? They said that king ordered them to cut the trees for wood, and they need wood for the king's palace. Amrita was shocked. Okay? She put her arms around the tree and hugged it tightly. Okay? So, which the men were about to cut. Okay? The men shouted on Amrita. On seeing this, Amrita's daughter and hundreds of villagers, old and young, hugged the trees to protect them. Okay? Many people, including Amrita and her daughter, died to save the trees. Okay? So when the king heard about this, he could not believe that people gave up their life for trees. Okay? Then he himself visited the village. Then he learned about villagers' respect for trees and animals. So, this respect for trees and animals affected the king greatly. Okay, and he ordered that from then no trees would be cut and no animal would be harmed in that area. So, even today, almost 300 years later, the people of this area called Bishnois continue to protect plants and animals. Now tell me, why do people hunt? People hunt to have fun, we can say, for bones of animals, for skin of the animals, and for their flesh. And there are rules against hunting of some animals. Okay? People can be punished for hunting. Now tell me, why do you think there is this punishment? Yes, to protect the innocent animals. Okay? Now, here I am going to discuss about some of the movements to protect the trees. The first movement which I am going to discuss with you, it was the Apico movement. Okay, so this movement started in 1983 from Silkani village in Karnataka. Okay, to save the trees from being cut down, the people of Silkani and nearby villages traveled to the nearby forest for about 5 miles and hug the trees tightly to save them. Okay, the next movement was the Jungle Bachao Andolan or movement. It took place in the early 1980s in the forest of Singhbhum district in Bihar. Is it clear? So the next movement which I am going to discuss with you, it is the Silent Valley movement. Okay, it was a social movement launched to protect an evergreen tropical forest in the Palaghat district of Kerala. Okay, it started in 1973 to save Silent Valley Reserve Forest. Is it clear to everyone? The last movement which I am going to discuss with you, it was the Chipko movement. Okay, the Chipko movement, or that you can say Chipko Andolan, was a forest conservation movement in India, and it began in 1970s in Uttarakhand. Okay, thank you.